We're UCLan SU LGBT.
It gets better!
I'm Alexander James Ray. I'm studying at UCLan, psychology second year, and I'm currently the chair of the UCLan LGBT. The first person that I actually came out to were friends at the time, and I was about 13.
I was 17.
To be honest, I've come out a few times, but when I first came out, I was 12, I think.
Came out when I was about 17.
I was about 16. It was about 3 weeks before my 17th birthday, during the summer between upper school and sixth form. And it wasn't really a choice to come out because I was quite drunk at the time. And I told my sister's best friend and she told my sister. It was like intoxication.
You go through that stage of worrying, you know, like, what do you do? Who do you tell? What does gay mean? What type of person does that make you?
I kind of knew from a young age that I was gay, but never knew what to label it as anything before, because I didn't really understand what gay was when I was younger. And so by the time I was making the decision of, you know, am I actually gay? Is that a label that I'm picking for it? I was quite happy knowing that that was what I was.
The worst bit I found was that these girls were all saying to me, oh, you can be my new best gay mate. And I was like, no, I'm either your best mate or not at all, you know.
It was time. It was time to be who I actually was. I mean, I spent a year thinking about, you know, what to say, wrote notes, and thought about the life that I wanted and all that, and I just figured that I would go for it, and I told my dad.
It just got to a point where I just thought, I can't pretend really, because it's just not fair to myself.
I met someone that was gay, and it was kind of, it felt like the next step forward because I never talked about it. And
My mum, she always just sort of knew. She discovered almost as much as I did at each stage.
I hadn't told my mum first, which was sort of a barrier for me because I wanted to tell her, but obviously I was scared, like most of us are.
The whole homophobic attitude that can be prevalent in society can make things worse.
Hate homophobia, mainly because I'm forever whinging at my partner as well, because sometimes, you know, there's just no need for it. People will say, oh, dyke, and scream it out the window as you're walking past, and you're just like, why? I didn't point out anything about you. I didn't interrupt your day by walking down the street.
My family's reaction was interesting because my mum has like a gay best friend, so I figured that she'd be absolutely fine with it. Whereas my dad isn't particularly anything like, but I just figured out the two, my dad would be likely to have an issue. And it turned out that my mum didn't take it as well as I'd have hoped.
My dad wasn't great with it at first because he's not really pro on the gay thing, but he eventually managed to get over it, and now we can talk about girlfriends and it's fine.
Well, I think it's always probably a bit of a shock for most families, but they didn't take it badly. It could have gone a lot worse, it could have gone better, it was kind of a bit both, but my mum did say to me that I was her daughter and that she'd love me no matter what, which yeah, I really appreciated. It did help me out a lot.
It ended up all the guys were great, and a few of them turned around and said that they were by themselves, or like jokingly was like, yeah, wouldn't mind trying, you know, that sort of thing, which was really nice. But then some of the girls were like heartbroken and devastated.
And someone had like a really funny story about themselves that was really embarrassing. And I was like, you have to tell me, I need to know, it's not fair. And they were like, no, because I've got nothing on you. I was like, right, I'll give you something. And I sort of put my head under the covers and went, I'm gay! And then they were like, we know, it's okay.
Friends were kind of guessed and kind of supportive at the same time. We went to an all-girls school, so they kind of it's expected from where I was from that if you went to the girls' school that you were automatically gay. And so they're kind of like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever.
My friends have helped a lot. I think always having somebody there to talk to, moan to, cry to, whatever.
It helped me become who I am now, being part of the LGBT.
Being gay hasn't held me back, it's just propelled me forward. And
Without certain people, I really would not be where I am today.
It is tough at the start and you do feel kind of alone, but there's people around you and there's people there for you.
It takes baby steps and a lot of courage for some, but you can do it.
Have faith, and you need to be able to see the bigger picture, and you need to be able to just look to the future.
It's fun to be out. Believing yourself is the biggest piece of information that I can give anyone who's thinking about coming out or worried about coming out. If you believe in yourself, then it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks.
People who matter don't mind, and the people who mind don't matter.
We can live our life to the fullest, just like anyone else.
If you want it to, then it really will get better.
Gets better.
And it does actually get better, it really does.
It gets better.
It does get better.
It really does get better.
It gets better!